afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome along to another episode of Champagne Hooligans. Boys, how are we?
Very well. Very well.
Good.
Good. JJ Foxamore, what's the story?
JJ Foxamore, what's the story? How are you, Sully?
Good form, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
How
Excited
was
to be
your
back on the
football week?
podcast after a week's break.
Little hiatus for the boys.
Yeah. Nothing really changed in my football week though. Still depressing as shit. Did come close to winning a bet though, but I suppose just to touch on Sheffield Wednesday, the final nail might be going into the coffin on Saturday.
Please God.
It's
Please
been
God.
honestly the worst season. It's been the worst season of my life.
And when you say final nail in the coffin, like as in the nail went into the coffin about 3 weeks ago, but this is a fan
I'd say
talking
3
about
months
the
ago.
little
3
inch of
months
belief.
ago. 3 months ago. And the problem is I keep believing. But yeah, so basically, we've got to beat Forest at 12:30. Forest are Derby County's main rivals up in the Midlands, or I suppose maybe just above it a little bit. And then Derby are playing later that afternoon. So if Sheffield Wednesday win and Derby lose, the last game of the season is Derby v Sheffield Wednesday. So it could be quite tense. In one way, I'm like, I would love for it to go to the last day of the season. But then another part of me is like, oh my God, I actually don't know if I could take it because, I've seen them relegated before on the last day of the season. Also, Rotherham need to lose as well. So, last football week wasn't great. To kind of top it off as well, 10-team accumulator, $6,000. Sunderland let me down.
They were the heaviest favourites on the app as well.
Do you want to run
There's
us
no value. No
Do you want
value.
to run us through the order of scoring in that match?
Geez, I'll have to. I think.
I
they
remember.
They went 2-0 up, and then it went back to 2-2, and then this got 3-2, and then the Lincoln scored in the 88th minute. So 85th or 88th. Yeah.
Was it Lincoln or Accrington? It was definitely someone crap.
Yeah, it was Lincoln. So yeah, that was terrible. Like, but
Were you aware at the time of the bet that this was in play?
So I looked at the bet, and 9 teams were playing at 3:00, and 8 of them have come through. And then Sunderland lost, and I was like, oh my God. And for some reason, I just had an inkling that Sheffield United might just get a win. So I backed Sheffield United to win, and they beat Brighton.
What a turncoat.
Yeah, Brighton won. Well, that's what kind of got the odds up as well. I only put a $5 on, like. So yeah, to be honest, it's not about the money. I would have enjoyed the story, but I would also have actually enjoyed the money as well.
Just as you mentioned Accrington Stanley there, that's a potential venue for your stag, isn't that right? It's in the consideration along with Northampton.
Yeah, Northampton.
And just for clarity, this stag remains unconfirmed.
Yes.
And no invites have gone out for same said stag.
No invites have been out. Hopefully, I don't have to organise my own stag. But we'll see. To be honest, I feel like Doncaster have they're part of this podcast. So if we're going to see a game, we got to go see Doncaster, and it'll also be a Yorkshire derby as well. So
where is Doncaster in England? I've honestly no idea.
Doncaster's it'll be a Yorkshire derby. They're only like 25 minutes down the road from Sheffield. So
they are in League One, are they?
Couldn't be worse than
Sheffield.
And this is our first episode. It's going to be going on to our YouTube, and we hope to bring it to you live on the YouTube Live platform going forwards. But for those of you listening on your favorite podcast channels, please do have a look at our YouTube link so you can see the world's shittest background by Stephen Lennon.
I was wondering where that was going.
Lenny, can you please turn off that awful background? And also, how's your football?
Never even been to San Francisco, I think. Never been.
No, never been. No, but I'm going to continue to keep it.
That reminds me, Fox, of some friends of ours who remain unnamed that wrote a song about Las Vegas, never having been to Las Vegas. He might have been in 4th year in school writing songs about Las Vegas.
An emotional song from what I remember anyway. But
take everything from you.
The background stays anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, how was my football week? It was pretty good Chelsea wise. Got a good win against West Ham at the weekend to cement top 4. But obviously the big game was last night. Nice 1-1 draw against Real Madrid. Should have been more, poor old Timo Werner's just having a tough one at the time. I just don't know what to do with him. Well, I know what to do with him. Sell him because he's useless.
for 10 cents on the dollar.
I'm all in. Have to start recording
on Timo. Oh God, he's awful. I was rewatching some highlights of the goals he scored last year for Leipzig today, just to try and get those good vibes flowing. And then the following clip was all his misses, and the balance just isn't there. So,
Brian, you've got a hot take on that one. Give us that one. What you were saying last night about Werner.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a great bet to be the top scorer in the Premier League next year. He's just, a lot of players, they don't hit the Premier League, they don't hit the ground running in the Premier League. They take like a year to become even halfway decent. He's getting so many chances. I just think he's going to be good odds. They're obviously not going to sell him. He's going to start every game. They've no other option. They're not going to buy anyone else because they've spent all their money. I just think he's going to be a good early bet. You might get even like 20-25 to 1 on him.
How many? I would hope you get fucking more than that.
Lenny, do you want to talk us through your feelings last night for the big game? Do you want to talk us through some of the perhaps outlandish statements you might have made throughout the evening? Just to refresh your memory, I'll just bring this to your mind. Mason Mount is the chosen one.
I stand by that. I think the other one was Christensen is the Danish Maldini, and I stand by that as well.
That's crazy.
To be fair, one thing that this whole Chelsea
I just get excited
season shows is that a new manager can do a lot for a team. I mean, we had a laughingstock of a defense. Defense with Christensen and Rudiger were like not good at all, and now they're great. So it just goes to show it's actually a manager can make players a lot better than they are, and they don't need 2 fucking years, 3 years, and 4 transfer windows. They just need to be good coaches.
Could be a honeymoon period as well. Chelsea are famous for that. Avram Grant had a great one.
Yeah, this could be the best honeymoon period ever if we win the Champions League and the FA Cup and he gets sacked some stage next year.
Mateo, no?
I'd be like, see ya.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I think the best has got to be Di Matteo. It's like, I won you the Champions League. It's like, yeah, you're fired.
Yeah.
See you later.
So yeah, that was it. Obviously, then I'll let Brian touch on some of the non-Chelsea related part of my football week. Which is it's certainly squeaky bum time in the Villa bet. I'll tell Brian that for nothing. I was not expecting it to be such a sweaty affair at this stage after Villa had such a good start.
This podcast needs less of Brian and sweat conversation.
That is true, actually. So maybe
particularly around squeaky bums as well.
We are looking to get reviews on this podcast. So please do head to your Apple podcast.
Well, it'll get the people talking.
Stars.
We'll get the people talking.
The O'Keefe, how was your football week?
Yeah, pretty good. As Newcastle go, I mean, obviously Sully was on the lunchtime kickoff for the 3rd time in like 4 weeks. Newcastle West Ham, and for the 3rd time in 4 weeks, lost that bet.
That's the Doncaster bet. It's the Doncaster lunchtime kickoff. Are 2 dead cert losses in any betting.
Yeah. So, but we got the W there, but we were fucking terrible. Like it was West Ham imploded, and they were better than us with 10 men. But anyway, after that, so we got the W. That ensured safety. Not that it was like we're probably going to get it anyway. And then at the weekend, we got the last minute equaliser against Liverpool at Anfield, which was also very nice. So yeah, I mean that. We're not going to get relegated now. That's done and dusted. So, more interestingly, the Villa bet, which has been trending my way all season,
everything's been trending your way all season.
It's so far trended. Yeah, I mean it's past trending.
It's trended so far. It's coming out. It's coming out the other end now.
Yeah, exactly. So, Leeds, what do they do? They got to draw. Arsenal, like Arsenal hammered Everton. By the way, this is all I'm interested in now is the Villa bet. I don't care what Newcastle. So Newcastle play Arsenal at the weekend. I'm all about Arsenal getting the W there because I need that for the bet.
This just sums up Brian O'Keefe as a fan. Like it's
not a real football fan, no.
But
I mean, it's pathetic. But what I will say is Chelsea are playing Villa on the last day of the season, and we'll see how the cards fall.
it was such a big week because Villa's fixtures, as we've mentioned before, are horrific, and this was their this is their easiest fixture. They're only and they were 1-0 down, or they went 1-0 down, then went 2-1 down.
1-0 up. They went
1-0 up, then went 2-1 down.
Yeah.
And then but all I wanted was to avoid the 3-point win. Like, they're playing West Brom at home.
But you were a little bit pissed off when they got that 92nd minute equaliser, Brian. Let's not gloss over this.
It's a point. It was the last minute equaliser. Just gives Steve something to hold on to.
It was a very important point.
Keeps his interest. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be taking that 200 quid off Steve, as well as the fantasy 100 quid, where I'm now 100. All my rivals playing their triple captain and their bonus and their fucking, what's their subs, you know, when you can play your subs. So I can't remember. The bench boost, and I still ended up having more points than them, which is just, you know, typical O'Keefe. I'm the greatest fantasy manager any of you will ever play with, and probably top 100 all time. Yeah. So no surprises. Gonna take 100 quid off each of you for that as well. So Steve's doing pretty badly on the betting front. The only thing, I think he might redeem himself on the bet from the last pod, on the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer bet of
this Villa bet will still come in. I mean, I've got to look at their fixtures here. They have Everton away, very winnable.
They have Everton home,
United at home, Palace away, Tottenham away. Tottenham are crap, and Chelsea at home. By which stage Chelsea would have won the Champions League and have got top 4. So
they won't have won the Champions League.
I think they'll probably need to get like 6 points, because Arsenal are not going to pick up any points.
Arsenal have very easy fixtures.
Well, Newcastle are in great form, Brian, as you know yourself. West Brom are also in good form. You were yapping on about how the good form West Brom are in. Then they're playing Chelsea. Then they're playing Palace away. They never like going to Sellers Park. And then end of the season,
Brighton they love going to James's Park, though. And in fact, we'll come to my bets later. But
Anyway, listen, what I will say is there's two points in it. Leeds at 47, Arsenal 46, Villa 45, Villa game in hand. I'm still backing Villa to get up there into 9th.
Do you want to go up to 300, Steve?
No, I want to go up to 1,000.
No, you don't, you fucking liar.
Please do, Steve. Please do it. Do it.
Well, 1,000 is a line that Brian is.
I'll take it.
Well, this week I'll go up to 300. So if you want to go up to 300, are you willing to take it?
I'll go up to 650, and that's final offer.
No, my final offer is 300. You can take it or leave it.
Well, that's below my final offer, so I'm going to leave it.
Oh, that's not how that works. Not how it works. You have a limit up to 650, not a limit below 650.
Anyway, we'll leave it as it is for the moment. And I think by this time next week, you know, we could be looking at a different ball game, really, because Villa will get those 3 points.
Honestly, Steve is all mouth, no trousers. He just bets are really not going.
What do we think of his cowardice from recently, where I was offering him Chelsea not making the Champions League? Now Chelsea's sitting 4th, 33 games played, 58 points.
I don't remember getting that out. Getting offered that action. Chelsea top 4. I would have taken that.
Well, you cowered from it a couple of weeks back. I offered to.
Yeah,
Like Steve's been having a rough season of betting, like really rough. He's going to be down probably close to $1,000 by this stage next season if Solskjaer gets Premier League title.
Oh, Brian, even you know that's not going to happen. Come on.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I do agree on that. But you're down this season. You're going to be down like 500 beans, which
this is all talk. This is conjecture. It's speculation. Let's move on. We'll come back at the end.
I'm quite happy with my Solskjaer bet. My football week was pretty non-existent. I actually didn't even get much of a chance to watch the Leeds game. I was just keeping an eye to it. Seemed pretty boring, not a huge amount of attack in it. The write-up about Calvin Phillips chasing Bruno around the place, like as in just man-marking job, and then the overreaction from it, whereby it was like, oh, stop Bruno, stop United. Well, thanks for that amazing hot take tactic insight. But yeah, 0-0 from United and Leeds. It's all about the
big game tomorrow night, is it?
I like Calvin Phillips.
He's good. He's
nothing special.
Outside bet for the panel in the Euros. Is that what they're talking
about? The fact that the squad's got a little bit bigger now.
Yeah, he'll definitely go.
Yeah.
And they get an extra three players.
Nice.
Himself and Connor Cody playing for England during the year now. Like, I think, solid. Like they are good players. Like, and it's good to see them rewarded as well.
Wolves are falling off a cliff at the moment.
I think Wolves just don't want to play anymore. I say they're just fucking
they're on the beat.
exhausted. Like,
which is great.
Really, really annoying for my Villa bet because they are the team below Villa in 12th in the table, and I was sure they'd hammer Burnley at home and then they'd be 1 point behind Villa, but they really stuck a dick in my ass and fucked me over. Incredibly unpleasant as dicks in the ass could or may not be.
Graphic, appreciate it.
live on YouTube.
Thanks a million to our followers engaging with us on social media. It's great to see a couple of people giving a couple of answers to the quiz questions and things like that. Do hit us up on our Instagram or Twitter. Let us know any kind of topics you want us to talk about or any bit of crack that we're having. Do chime in. What do we think of the Hall of Fame this week? Thierry Henry and Shearer getting elected. What are our thoughts on that, boys?
Yeah, hands down, the two obvious ones I would have said.
Yeah, I think so. I had a look at it today. I just happened to have a couple of minutes between various different bits of work I was doing.
United and me was like, oh, what about? And I was like, wait a second. And I was kind of going through it all. It was like United have been a lot more about teams and stuff. But sorry, Lenny, go on.
But so what they're doing is you go online onto the Premier League website and it's giving you, so those two boys are through, Shearer and Henry, and now there's like another nominees, let's say another like 22 nominees, and you have to pick 6, right? But if I just run through all the nominees here, they're all stone cold in the Premier League Hall of Fame. So I actually don't understand what they're trying to do. So the nominees are Tony Adams.
I thought there was a couple of question ones. Yeah.
There isn't. Tony Adams, Beckham, Bergkamp, Sol Campbell, Cantona, Andy Cole, Ashley Cole, Drogba, Les Ferdinand might be a little questionable. Rio, Robbie Fowler, Gerrard, Keane, Lampard, Lettice, Owen, Schmeichel, Scholes, Terry, Van Persie, Vidic, Vieira, Ian Wright. Like,
I thought Vidic was the questionable one. He just doesn't.
They're all absolutely banging. They're like, so I don't understand what the Premier League are trying to do here, because like you vote for 2 of them, and then the next time you'll be voting for 2 other ones.
Sorry, I didn't realize it. So it's the general public who just get the vote.
Yeah, and there's a deadline, and they're voting 6 more people into it, and the deadline is the end of May.
And do you think it is anything to do with like, oh, we'll get someone English, someone foreign, someone English, someone foreign? Like, is there anything like that, or?
Don't think so.
I think the problem with the voting system is that, like, you know, I don't know if you know, but like on Sky Sports News, it's famous that every month they used to like goal of the month, and then a Liverpool player be in it, and they just win it, and be like, be like barely get in, because Liverpool fans are just without doubt the most kind of what's the word? I don't know.
Dickheads.
Yeah, online.
Partisan.
So like, Stevie G, he just scored an amazing goal. Like,
but like the fans should never be allowed to vote for that. Like,
and is there any sort of weighting from pundits or experts or anything? No.
I don't know.
Well, I think everyone has a respect for Henry.
But Henry and Shearer, the two. I mean, they should be the two number 1 and number 2, or voted, like, without doubt, they're the best.
I think Keano will be up there. Like,
I'd put Keano up there definitely.
Yeah, not to be biased, but because
put all of these players in there.
Yeah, but Keano will be in there definitely, I think, the next round, because like we see him the whole time. He's talk of the town as well. Like, and you know, I only watched that
John O'Shea.
Yeah, I'd put John O'Shea. That's
all day.
Great career. I was only watching the Roy Keane Juventus game there on YouTube. I think it was around 3 days ago. Like, it's actually it's so good. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, and it's actually a cracking game.
Yeah,
it was a great game. I was only talking about that relevant to the Super League kind of stuff last week, you know, in terms of like, oh, you know, let's ram it down fans' throat. We're giving those games all day, all week, every week kind of stuff. But it's the scarcity of those games is what makes it special. Like, that's why you can recall that performance. You know what I mean?
But like the scarcity of Liverpool playing United is just as scarce. Like, it happens twice a season. Do you know what I mean? It's you know, maybe if they
that's good. The one thing I suppose, the big thing that I think we're missing here, just obviously with the Hall of Fame, and it's like, oh no, poor Giggsy. Giggsy hasn't, you know,
Giggsy's not getting in there.
Giggsy, honestly, has to be the worst human being in the world. Like, I'm not a fan of Carragher, because Carragher's like, oh yeah, great pundit. Still spat at a 14-year-old girl over a football match that Man United. Like, I mean. But anyway, he's not up par. He's not up on par with Giggsy. Like, honestly, 100% the worst human being in the world. And like, I read a headline that he was shocked not to be in there, but I think that's just bullshit.
He should absolutely be United's first player in there, like without doubt.
He should be in there on merit, but
Yeah.
he absolutely shouldn't be in there
It's
because he's
well,
not.
no,
I'm
I don't think you can
sure,
take
but like he
any
should be
or you have
disbarred.
to like
I'll
the
put
OJ Simpson.
Keno in before Giggsy.
No, well, Giggsy has to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he might get in there.
Well, Keith, he should be disbarred because of his behavior, right?
Yeah.
No, I think he should be disbarred from lots of stuff like managing, but his career should be recognized.
Right. Keith is just trying to.
That's not how cancel culture works, Brian. That's not how.
I know, and I'm not a fan of cancel culture, so yeah.
Nor am I. But this
look,
is
I think Giggs is one of the worst. Like he's a scumbag. Absolutely, I'm not denying that. He has to be in the Premier League Hall of Fame. He doesn't. Without doubt,
no, he doesn't.
He's without doubt one of the greatest players.
I don't know if he's convicted of that, and I mean, I've no idea.
Why? That's nothing to do with.
He was sleeping with his brother's wife. Like,
Again,
whatever about going on in court.
Yeah, but Brian, I mean, if he goes and murders someone, is he still being in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, he should absolutely still be in the Hall of Fame. He should go to prison.
What happens in the NFL if fellas are caught for that kind of
That's
stuff?
not true. That's not true. OJ Simpson's in the Hall of Fame in the NFL. And he's
OJ Simpson.
What happens in the NFL?
OJ Simpson's in the Hall of Fame.
But OJ Simpson didn't do it.
He's
but he's also been in prison for like 20 years subsequently for other
misdemeanors.
Stuff. No, for kidnapping. So yeah,
he robbed some jumpers out of Las Vegas the last time or something ridiculous.
You have to. Giggsy is a scumbag. I hate Giggsy. He's an absolute scumbag. He has to be in the Premier League Hall of Fame. Has to be.
Yeah. But I don't think he's going to get in it. I don't think he's going to.
It's rubbish, and it's rubbish. We have to separate stuff. Like, yeah, he should be in the Premier League Hall of Fame, and I
totally agree with you. I hate cancel culture, but I don't know. I think stuff like that should probably disbar you from it.
Why? What's it got to do with it? He's one of the greatest players to play in the Premier
League. He's a trick, and also he played for Man United as well. So.
Yeah, look, I hate United as much as that. Like, yeah, it's just separate for me.
Until the age of 6, you supported them for clarity.
Yeah. Oh wow. The age
of
6.
I'll put Mark Overmars in ahead of Giggsy.
No, that's
who would everyone pick as a name not on that list to go in it? Now it was a long list, but for instance, there were no Man City players, which I thought was unusual. David Ginola.
No,
don't know. Has he got a good enough
career?
To get
He's
in there?
got PFA Player of the Year.
Paul Scholes.
Oh, Scholes not on the list? Definitely.
Sorry, Scholes was on the list. Scholes is on the list.
Scholes is ahead of any of them. Yeah.
I was thinking Vinny Company is definitely in there.
Yeah. I saw Mick Richards about Company, Aguero.
I wouldn't mind Mark Viduka.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Fox! Are you kidding me?
Really? The dregs.
Why? What in God's name would he be doing?
Yeah, I was thinking that Tony Yeboah.
For scoring one goal,
he scored one wonder.
Criteria to get in this.
You can't give it about like Viduka. Like Yeboah scored like one unbelievable goal, and it is famous.
Are you joking me? He scored 5 of the same goal, thunderbolts from 30 yards. That just
it's not Hall of Fame stuff.
Jim Floyd Hasselbank, 2 golden boots at least.
Oh yeah. So who goes in the Hall of Shame then? Giggsy.
Got to put JT in there as well.
Baby.
JT probably goes in. Funny enough, JT is on this list. So
yeah,
he also got done for literally calling Anton Ferdinand.
But I see
not a good person either. But
Eric Jimba.
Yeah. Must be Robert Perez. Is he on the list? Like he must be close. He must be above Overmars.
Perez is good.
Is
Vieira on the list?
Yeah, I think Vieira and Tony Adams and Sol Campbell are on the list there. And
Mark Keown should be there as well.
What's the
Mark Keown didn't regularly start. Like it was kind of a
longevity that you need to do it across to be Hall of Fame.
I think you need about 6-7 years in the Premier League at least.
That's why I was saying like Vidic is questionable.
Vidic was so influential at United, but
to remember when Torres just took the piss out of him at Old Trafford, like took the piss
twice.
Vidic's career, and Vidic got sent off twice as well, I think.
Yeah, but Torres did it from twice, but then he ended up getting Torres eventually, as in like he ended up having a couple of good performances against him eventually.
And Vidic has 8 years of Premier League football, so
no, Vidic was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
No, I'll accept him wrong on Vidic, but he was still questionable one in my head.
All right, boys, let's move along to our little betting corner. What are our thoughts for the week? O'Keefe, what do you want to?
Well, yeah. So last week, and I can give everyone's bets if I have them handy here.
Do please.
Yeah. So I had my 2 were Spurs Southampton over 3.5 and Newcastle West Ham over 2.5. Spurs Southampton, it was fucking 2-1, 3 goals, and Son had a disallowed goal as well. But anyway, that's the one that you voted for. That lost. Newcastle West Ham was 5 goals. So that one won, but wasn't in our ACCA.
I was interested why O'Keefe was introducing 2 bets.
Yeah,
If you're going to do that,
I will do that.
Continue to do it, please, Brian.
I will do that for everyone. So JJ Foxamore, he had Bolton over Grimsby. Bolton in first, Grimsby Bolton third, Grimsby in last place. Of course, Grimsby beat Bolton. Of course. And then
the lower leagues, League Two.
Yeah, Dundalk, who were in last, over St. Pat's, who were in first. And of course, that lost, because that's like, I mean, who's betting?
What's ridiculous?
First place.
Shit,
Brian, I don't know if you were listening earlier on. I almost won $6,000. Okay?
You did, but you didn't.
Almost won $6,000.
Yeah.
Nearly never won the race as
which are applied. If you can pick 9 out of 10 for your own bets, why can't you pick us a winner on this?
Yeah.
Well, no. I
think I must be coming up on James Fox now.
No.
Yeah, I must be.
No, well,
sorry, you're both at the bottom.
Recency bias. Me and Fox are the fucking worst bettors here, and look how hot I started.
I'm actually a very good better.
No, not since 2006. But so Sul had West Ham over Newcastle, which, to be fair, we all agreed with pretty heavily, and that lost. And then he had Leeds over Liverpool, which wasn't bad shape, but that also lost. And then Steve had Chelsea to beat City in the FA Cup, which was probably the longest shot any of us even looked at. Mm-hmm. Oh no, Leeds probably to beat Liverpool. I mean, it would have been close. But yeah, that won, and we all.
And sorry, just before you move on there, who was the most vociferous protester of that bet?
Yeah, City have won 31 of the last 33 games, and that is their only loss. So I think.
And I picked it.
And you picked it, but you didn't bet it.
Because I couldn't, because you wouldn't allow it.
No, personally.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But no, to be fair, Steve got that one right. And his other one was Inter over Napoli, but that lost. So it was real bad week for us. All 4 of our own bets lost. And the only bet that won, which I will say I picked, was the Tyler Durden bet of Bayern to beat Wolfsburg away from home. And that won. So we're 1 for 4. And that was our lowest odds of any bet we've ever placed. Like, they were all sure things effectively. And we got 1 from 5. So yeah, rough week.
Yeah. On to a new week though.
How many times have we now picked Bayern to win? At least 3.
Yeah. I mean, and it's so good.
They've ticked the box each time, and they've been reasonably valued.
Yeah.
If they're away.
Yeah. No, but as in, like, we've picked them 3 times. They've been around about even money, and
they always get the job done.
Off.
Will we throw Brian in again, or will we throw Bayern in this week as well?
I think, they've played Dortmund, or they've played Leipzig and Wolfsburg, who are 2nd and 3rd in the table the last 2 weeks. So I assume this week they'll be heavy favourites. But we can look at the
high level of intellect brought to our research for these bets.
Yeah. So we can look at them they're playing Mönchengladbach. So they'll be very heavily favoured. Mönchengladbach are 7th. Shout out to Paul O'Connell for the greatest answer in BBC Sports Quiz history when he had has anyone seen that when he got
Borussia Mönchengladbach, no?
Yeah.
Borussia Mönchengladbach, no?
He had 1 letter on the whole thing.
No.
Unbelievable, Paulie. So my bet this week is so Newcastle playing Arsenal. Newcastle have a horrific record against Arsenal. It is at home, but I think Arsenal will score more than 1.5 goals at St. James's at 4-5. So that is my bet.
That's not very exotic, but I'm happy with it.
We should definitely try and win a bet.
Yeah.
Oh, what were we trying to do before?
I don't know. People are like, no, let's try and get the biggest pot we can. But I think
Arsenal are fucking shit.
Sorry, Brian, what's that bet again? You just text me there. I'll put it on there.
So Newcastle v Arsenal. Arsenal over 1.5 goals at James's Park.
Sorry, and Lacazette is injured, isn't he?
Who?
Lacazette is injured. Aubameyang is.
Yeah, but I watched the Arsenal Everton game. They could have scored 10, and
They didn't score any though. And
the only goalkeeper worse than Pickford in the Premiership is Dubravka. So
they are very short odds, Brian.
So I'm up for veto. I have a second.
What's the other one?
Is it a veto or what are we doing here?
I think it's a veto. It's a bit too fucking boring.
My other bet is Villa are playing Everton, and my bet is under 2.5 goals in that game at 4-5. Neither of those teams can score very easily. Obviously, if they're playing West Brom, it's a different story. But yeah, Villa Everton under 2.5.
I think I prefer that, even though it's still fucking boring. But it's very, very
well. It's not. That's all right. I got the W, Steve.
Bet the W. Let's win some money.
Stevie, how about you?
I am going to pick West Brom to beat Wolves on Monday. I think it is a 2-1 or something a bit better than 2-1, is it?
Yeah, no, 2-1.
And stole that off me, but anyway.
Didn't steal it off you. You
did. I had that in.
Didn't got it before you.
I am going to go for Leicester to beat Southampton away from home, 21-10.
What?
Is that actually the odds?
21-20. Sorry, excuse me, 21-20.
Okay.
I have 11-10 here.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Let me find that. Yeah. I found this bet and I think it's unbelievable.
Exeter versus fucking Kidderminster Harriers.
Doncaster Rovers.
Doncaster playing this weekend.
No, it's actually Solihull v Sutton. No, it's not actually. Man United to either win 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1 against Liverpool 16-5.
It's nice value.
It's correct score groups. It's actually unbelievable. Like
I think Liverpool are going to win that game.
I think it's a draw.
I think Liverpool have thrown the towel in like they're gone. It's very good value.
What is it? 1-0, 2-0 or?
Yeah, so it's called correct score groups, and I've got Man United. They can either win 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1, and that's 16-5.
I don't like it. That's the one I want to veto.
No, this is a really good bet.
I like it.
I just
like
think Liverpool could easy. Okay, but I think you come out here with the draw.
So with that as well, because I mean I'm putting the bet on, so I was always going to put that in anyway. We've got Man United.
Not how it works, James. That's not how this works.
Tough. Man United to win 1-0, 2-0, or 2-1. West Brom to beat Wolves. Leicester to beat Southampton. Everton under 2.5 goals, and then I'll just try and Bayern Munich in there as well.
No, I don't like. They're playing Mönchengladbach. I prefer Inter are playing Crotone, which is a very Tyler Durden bet. It's first versus 20th, and it's in Crotone.
I just can't trust the Italian league.
Inter are miles ahead.
Crotone are dreadful.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay, well, let's just remember this moment then. Okay, if you want to put Inter in, like
all recorded.
What are the odds on that? I mean, that's definitely not going to be good value.
It's going to be better than Bayern versus Mönchengladbach.
Bayern's 1-3.
Yeah.
But we don't use. I mean, it's 4-5 is as low as we go.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so
otherwise, if that's below 4-5, let's have a look at Steve and Fox and Sully's second bets.
My second bet was Liverpool to beat United at 7-5, but obviously
Rangers are playing Celtic on Sunday. Rangers are 7-5.
I like Rangers. Celtic are in shocking form. They can't beat Rangers. They're fucked. Yeah. Celtic, that's Tyler Durden all day long.
And like
it could be more Tyler Durden after.
That's actually way better odds as well. Nice. So they're the 5 bets. The final one with Rangers to beat Celtic at 7-5. Oh wow, that's gone way up. 120 to 1.
Multiplication, James. It's a phenomenal.
I work in pensions. Oh my god.
Magic of math,
Steve. You've embarrassed yourself. You've embarrassed yourself.
Pythagoras' theorem.
You really have embarrassed yourself there. So we have there 121 to 1. The return is Steve will not be getting any of this return.
Like 2006.
It's just over $3,000.
Oh,
nice, good.
Very nice. That's back to our old and we all know what that money's going towards if it comes in.
Foxamore.
Well,
It's
definitely
going,
not.
it's going to some people in India.
It's going to some people in
Portugal
Yeah.
some other part of the world.
or Northampton for a stag.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on. Who's excited for the quiz this week?
Oh, best believe it.
Oh,
Best
who's been doing some work?
believe
Who's been
it.
doing some auditing
Hang on.
of the quizzes over the last couple of weeks? Managed to squeeze in a bit of time during lunch. Probably worth telling the listeners how things have been going. But it would not.
Absolutely, Steve. Go right ahead. But just before you go ahead and run down to that, I'm just going to go ahead and say that I'm going to continue swinging for the ditches. When I win this quiz, I will offer a double down. And should I happen to not win the quiz, any man that cowers out and takes the points to the bank is a pussy.
Well,
I respect it. I don't agree with it.
that's all well and good, Sully. That is all well and good. But a quiz is a quiz and a win is a win. But listen, we'll see. I think it depends on the circumstances. I mean, if it's 2-1, if you win by points, you win by 2 points.
Go ahead and do your little auditor number.
Okay, yeah.
Little pen pusher over there. Talk it down.
So let's set the scene first. We have done 10 episodes, so 10 quizzes.
But there's only 8 being.
Sorry, only 8 that were scored. Sully won the first 3 in a row, got off to an absolute flyer. Then I won the next 4 of the next 5, with the one James win being unbelievably contentious. And actually, looking back on it, he definitely didn't win it.
Get
but he's
out,
got it in the
Steve.
books.
I won.
The scores are 4 to me, 3 to Sully, and 1 to James.
Yeah, and I will. Fox won that legitimately. I went back, reviewed the footage. Definitely a W for James.
Yeah, I did that as well, and I didn't think so. So
asterisk on one of Steve's where it was before the tiebreak thing came in. Steve got
mine are clean.
I mean, it's a double asterisk on Steve, really, because he got a fucking tiebreaker last week as well. But anyway,
mine are all clean. Mine are all clean.
He's a cheater.
Yeah,
He is a
4,
cheater.
3, 1.
And so this week it's the Champions League quiz as we're getting excited. It's semi-finals. Question 1. Who won the last European Cup before it became the Champions League in 1992?
Ajax.
No, you're right.
Barca.
It was a little bit later.
No. Fox, I'll give you a few seconds for a guess and then I'll give a hint.
Real.
No. It's an Eastern European team.
CSK Sofia.
No.
Red Star Belgrade.
Yes, Steve. Red Star Belgrade. Are you as surprised as I am that they actually won in 1992? Like that's pretty recent.
I thought that country had been got rid of. Or is that team still going? Red Star Belgrade.
Yeah, Yugoslavia's gone, but Red Star Belgrade are still there.
Again, on the Super League thing, did you see there was a statement released from the AC Milan Ultras, and they were saying like the minute that the Champions League was brought in was the start of this whole process.
Yeah.
It's interesting, in terms of they were the last team to win it. When any team could win it, type stuff. You know what I mean? It's like it's a bad day when the ultras of some football club are the voice of reason.
Yeah.
So question 2, who won the first ever Champions League in 1992?
Ajax.
No, right.
Did we both say Ajax?
I didn't hear Steve saying Ajax.
I think so.
Real Madrid.
No.
That was cheating, sorry. But anyway.
I didn't hear it, so I'll leave it. Fox.
If I don't see it, it's not illegal.
You got 3 seconds.
Barcelona.
Yes, J.J. Foxamore, 1992.
That is the Joe Rogan reaction there, please, Brian.
Painful tonight, Lenny. Painful.
Clipping coming on Instagram, listeners. So question 3, who is the last French team to win the Champions League?
Monaco.
No.
Marseille.
Yes, Sully. And it's 1-1 after 3 questions. It was Marseille. I think it was in
96
or 94.
93, actually.
What was the final? Did Monaco not beat Porto all those years ago?
They lost to Porto.
The Jose Mourinho Porto. Question 4. Who beat the famous Milan side of the early 90s in the 1995 Champions League final?
Ajax.
Yes, JJ Foxamore.
What?
Correct.
I said it.
No,
Yeah,
Fox.
no,
Sorry, Sully.
it was James Foxen first.
You want to test that mic just before you go live on the air?
I mean, fuck me.
He
Ajax.
was.
How many times can one fella say Ajax? But
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
I seen the answer to every question. Question 5. Who did that same Milan side smash 4-0 in the previous year's final?
Benfica.
No, out.
Real.
No. 3 seconds, Steve.
Barca.
Yes. Pep Guardiola is
50-50 shot.
So question 6. Who beat Juventus 3-1 in the 1997 final?
Borussia Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Yes, Fox. Fox is flying. He is flying. He has just beaten Sully by second every time, but flying. So 3 for Fox, 2 for Steve, 1 for Sully.
Sorry, it's 3 for Fox, is it? Or is it 3
Yeah,
for
Steve.
Steve?
I thought you're a
3 for
numbers
Fox.
guy. I thought you're a numbers guy. Getting a bit shy on the old numbers now, huh?
Multiplication, Steve. Multiplication.
Adding is what James is good at. So.
Yeah. So, 3 for Fox, 2 for Steve, 1 for Sully. Question 7. Who scored Bayern Munich's goal in their 1999 loss to Man United? And I'm pretty sure this might have come up before.
Carson Yanker.
No.
No, he hit the crossbar.
Mehmet Scholl.
No. 2 I would have guessed before guessing this guy. Fox, 3 seconds.
I don't know if I can pronounce his name properly.
Just, I'll give you a best guess if it's close.
Shazmizdik, the Bosnian player.
No. Has a medal.
Salihamidzic. No.
No.
All right.
He scored after 6 minutes.
I'll give you 10 seconds free for all, and then I'm going to give you the answer.
Stefan Effenberg.
No.
Pizarro.
No, not way later than that.
Elber, but it wasn't.
No, I don't.
Scholl.
No.
Scholl.
That was guessed. It's not right.
Right midfielder.
Blonde hair fella.
No, it wasn't Effenberg. It wasn't Elber.
The answer is Mario Basler.
Basler. Right midfielder. Isn't that what I said?
It's a championship manager name that I might remember, but I
he was
probably wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been preparing these for our Instagram as well, and you've guessed some of the people I'm gonna put as the wrong answers, like Effenberg and Yanker. So questions.
Can Fox be stopped? It's
How many questions?
No, it's only 3, 2, 1, and it's 20 questions. Although it looks like
nice.
might be 19 questions accidentally. So, question 8: which side lost 2 finals in a row in 2000, 2001?
Juve.
No, you're right, but
Valencia.
yes, James Fox.
what?
What is going on?
What is going on?
What is going
Well, I've been studying up on my numbers and football knowledge.
championship.
Oh my God.
This
Champion
is incredible.
League, championship.
Yeah. Fox has
do-
told
I-
me about how he doesn't watch the Champions League last week in the quiz.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do play on Wednesdays though, so there's probably
But, like,
something.
honestly,
Hey, what are you going to watch last night? Brentford are playing Rotherham. I'm obviously going to watch the Brentford-Rotherham game.
When I was making this quiz, I was like, oh, Fox going to be pissed off. This is so set up for Sully and Steve.
Yeah.
And look at him now.
To be honest, I think it's unsustainable, so I'm fairly sure he's not going to win this quiz.
Yeah, well, we're getting out of the 90s now and into 2000s, so we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes. Question 10. Who beat Juventus on penalties after the most boring 0-0 draw in 2003?
Milan,
Yes, Steve.
Which Milan?
AC.
Well,
It have to be like,
one.
you know,
the one that's known as Milan.
Yeah.
well,
Question 11. Who did Jose Mourinho's Porto beat in the final in 2000?
Monaco.
Yes. Yeah, not my fault. It came up earlier. So question 12. Which side did Pep Guardiola beat to win his first Champions League at Barcelona?
Man United.
Yes. What is going on? Is this
Studied. He definitely studied.
It's
Yeah.
the Guinness. It's the Guinness.
Guinness. This
I'm full of Dutch courage. I don't care if I'm wrong or not.
Sorry, so it's 6-3-1. Like incredible. So question 13, who scored a volley in the first minute for Milan in their dramatic loss to Liverpool?
Kaka.
No, out.
Inzaghi.
No, out.
Oh, it's one of two here. Crespo.
No.
Free for all. Shevchenko.
No.
Rui Costa.
Seedorf.
No.
Maldini.
Yes.
What?
That was an absolute guess. That was an absolute guess. I'm not gonna lie.
Maldini scoring volleys.
Yeah, he scored a volley at the very start of the game.
Sorry, talking of volleys, how nice was Benzema's goal last night?
Very good.
So good.
Delightful.
He's so underrated.
Massively.
Yeah.
Question 14, who did Jose Mourinho's Inter Milan beat in the final in 2010?
Real.
No, out.
Bayern.
Yes, Steve. That was so needed as well. Sully's basically out.
Yeah.
So it's 7-4-1. Bayern. Question 15. Who scored the dramatic late winner for Bayern Munich when they beat Klopp's Dortmund 2-1 in 2013?
Muller.
No, out.
Oh, thank God, I was going to say that.
I rescind myself from this quiz.
Oh, I have to say I give a lot of respect for that. That last week James Fox did not do the same for Steve Lennon, and it affected the quiz.
Bit of a loser move though, really. It's like when you're driving a Formula One car and the manager says get out of the way and you just fucking drive off.
Well, having listened to that, Sully, do you want to come back in now and try Fox win the quiz? Yeah, because I would not be accepting that from Steve Lennon.
This is Stephen Lennon, who watched Drive to Survive for about 5 minutes in the past couple of weeks and is now fucking
box, Sully, box.
I'd come back in. Okay, come on. I think Steve has a guess.
Lewandowski.
No. Free for all.
Robin.
Yes. Robin. Oh, it's the microwave man. It's the microwave man. Question 16. Who scored for Bayern Munich in Chelsea's Champions League win?
Muller.
Yes. And it's getting very close. 7-6-1. He's like a train. Thomas the Tank Engine. Question 17. When Real Madrid won La Decima in 2014, Ronaldo, Bale, and who else scored in extra time against Atletico?
Oh,
it's quite a memorable goal. I think it might have been the first of the three, actually.
Marcelo.
Yes, it was Marcelo. What a get. Before guessing Benzema, I appreciate that. But
yeah,
very memorable. And that is like 4 in a row for Steve, I think.
Every time.
Yeah, every time.
James, you must be feeling the pressure here because you had this wrapped up. And I've won 4 of the last 5 quizzes.
So there's 3 questions left. Sully, I'd be getting on the Fox bandwagon, as much as possible.
I wouldn't be bothered, to be honest.
So, question 18. Real Madrid won 4 Champions Leagues in 5 years between 2014 and 2018. Which team did they beat in their last win?
Juventus.
No.
Atletico.
No.
Liverpool.
Yes. And it's 8-7-1. Oh my God. Question 19. Who scored the second goal for Liverpool in their 2-0 win over Spurs in the 2019 Champions League final?
Sorry, feel free to jump in now.
Mane.
No. Now, does Sully want to jump in or not? That's the question.
Well, I'm debating. Do I want to jump in or, I win either way because if Steve doesn't double this down.
Oh, that's so true. That is so true.
I'm going to go Wijnaldum.
Tiebreaker. It's not Wijnaldum.
Henderson.
No. Free for all.
Salah.
No.
Did Vic Origi?
Yes, it was Divock Origi.
Or Batshuayi, commonly known as Batshuayi.
Yeah. That's an unassailable lead. And that is like 6 in a row for Steve, I think. That was just something else.
The question is,
has
what does he do now?
Yeah.
Well, there's still one question left.
We still have one question left, but still, Steve clearly he knows nothing before like 2006. It's like this 2006 2020 memory.
It's basically when Roman Abramovich took over Chelsea. I started to care about football.
Yeah,
It's when Steve started following football and started studying up on everything he does.
So, question 20: Who played in goal for PSG in last season's Champions League final loss to Bayern?
Navas.
Yes, and that
is a fucking hot run. That was.
I thought that was going to be tough. The Navas one. I thought people would say like Buffon or whatever. But anyway, so Steve.
What was the final scores there?
So the final score was 10 for Steve, 7 for Fox, 1 for Sully.
Wow.
Now, as we know, as we instigated in our last podcast, we will give the opportunity to the winner to get a double win, to get 2 points if they win, if they're willing to give up the quiz for one question, open to all. Anyone who gets it against the winner will get one point towards their total score. But Steve has the opportunity to get 2.
Okay,
he's on a hot run.
I'm on a very hot run. I got a hot hand. But can I just go back? I had audited the quizzes on the basis that I won 1 point for winning last week, but you're telling me I won 2 points.
No, Sully would have won 2
from
points.
me, so you only got 1.
Yeah. So
if I won it, I would have got 2. I get 2 points for risking the quiz.
You'll get 2 tonight if you get it, Steve.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Fox and I would get 1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm on a hot hand, so let's go for it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. The drama. So
I respect it.
Open to all. I mean,
I don't like him, but I respect it.
I would never do this. You take your W, you sit down. It's marathon, not a sprint.
Oh, well, when I'm on this kind of run, as long as this question happened after the years 2003.
This better be 95.
It did. It is not. It is which current Liverpool player won a Champions League medal when their side beat Klopp in 2013?
Thiago.
No, out. The 2013 has come up before.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everyone knows who Klopp.
Let's keep it quiet, bro. Am I back in? They haven't fucking said
You're
anything.
not. I'll give them 5 seconds and you'd like current Liverpool player won Champions League medal when their side beat Klopp in 2013.
You don't need to spell it out. 3, 2.
5 seconds, right?
Oh, fucking
This is about 25 seconds now, bro. Go on.
Okay. Just guess. Anyone. I'm going to go free for all.
I know. I fucking gone blank with his name.
Free for all.
Shaqiri.
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
That was terrible.
My god, that's so annoying.
Didn't even put a guess in.
I couldn't think of his name.
Didn't deserve it. And that, Brian, is why
so
you take it on. That's why you take it on.
Yeah,
that's what champions do.
But it was really, when you're up against that competition, I mean, I would never let you have that, Steve.
Yeah.
Season 2, I'm not going to be quizmaster, so it's going to come.
Is my mic working? Because I was saying Shaqiri for ages then.
Yeah. That I'm actually annoyed with that because
it's hard to believe it was so. What threw me off a little bit was that it was 2012, and like Shaqiri only seems like he's like 26 or 27 now. Or maybe not. It wasn't 2012. It was 20.
To be honest, I was literally going through all of them. He's so forgettable.
He is forget, and we very much forgot him last week when we were trying to think of the Swiss player who scored in the FIFA World Cup, and we honestly couldn't think of his name.
Oh, that's very annoying.
So just to clarify that is a 2-point victory for me, and it deserved a 2-point victory because the goal difference was so far ahead.
Steve is now on 6, Sully's on 3, and Fox on 1, and Steve has basically won everything. Since anyone can remember, Steve has won a quiz. Before we sign off tonight, I think Saul, you have a request.
Yeah, just any of our followers, if they'd like to hit us up with any suggestions or anything, please do get in touch through our social media channels, our Instagram and our Twitter, and please do leave us a review on the social media, on the Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Boys, thanks for your time. That was a blast.
Pleasure.
Very
was all mine.
very annoyed with that.
Yeah, it is very annoying. And look at the smug face on Lenny. But anyway, fans, be good. Thank you very much. And see you all again next week.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Cheers, boys.
Peace.